Okay, so we talked about how making a major scale involves two whole steps and a half step, and then three whole steps and a half step. And when we do that on C, we get a scale that doesn't use any flats or sharps. And we talked about how we used a circle of fifths to make scales with sharps, and we can give us the easiest scale with the next one. So if I go to the fifth degree of the C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to this G, I can use the G notes, but I sharp the seventh degree. And if G is my first note, it's also my eighth note, so my seventh note, the F would be sharp. So for sharps, you go to the fifth degree and you sharp the seventh degree. For flats, you go to the fourth degree and you lower the fourth a half step. So I'll try to do the whole thing with flats on here. So from C, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, that means F is going to be my next scale. So let me put all these down. So I have F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Great. And now I have to lower the fourth degree by a half step. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, B flat is going to be flat in an F major scale. And if you notice, you're also flatting, lowering what's going to be the next scale. I go to the fourth degree, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, I'm going to copy, paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to lower these all the way down. And fill in the rest of my notes. G, A, and B flat, because we have the B flat here, the B flat here. But now I have to lower my next, or lower my fourth degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be an E flat. So in the key of B flat major, I'm going to have obviously B flats, and I'm going to have an E flat. So there's going to be two flats. So let's go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have an E flat major scale. 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to fill in the rest of the notes. So I'm going to have C, D, and then my E flat. And then I'm going to lower that fourth degree. So now in my E flat scale, because I start on E flat and I end on E flat, I have an F, a G, an A flat, a B flat. So I have my scale with three flats now, the C, the D, the E flat. Now I go to the fourth degree again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to make an A flat scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go up here anyway. All right, so I have, oh, here's my new scale. And now I have to lower that fourth degree. 1, 2, 3, 4. My D is going to be flat. So I know in an A flat scale, I'm going to have an A flat, a B flat, a D flat, and an E flat. And I'll go up to A flat again. And what's my next scale going to be? It's going to be a D flat major. So I'm going to take my notes, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm actually going to lower these so we stay on the staff. And here's where I have to be careful just a little bit, because my next note is going to be a B flat, because it's been a B flat from previously, and then C, and then we know D flat. Let me put this back to where we can see it. Just a little too much that way, and some more that way. Okay. So my D flat major scale is going to have, oh, wait a minute, I forgot something, didn't I? Forgot to flat the fourth degree, right? And there we go. I was busy fixing the scale here. I'm going to let that go because I'm tired of restarting this over and over again. But anyway, it's my phone going off. So now we have a D flat scale. We're going to have a D flat, an E flat, an F, a G flat, an A flat, a B flat, a C, and then a C flat, or a D flat. And yes, this is enharmonic. These are the same notes I would be playing if I asked you to play a C sharp scale. So let's keep going, because now we're going to get into that thing where we had double sharps. We can also do that with the flats. So let's do the next degree. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make a G flat scale. And I don't know if I made enough staffs here, but we're going to do it anyway. Move these over. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and now I kind of have to remember what I made flat already, but E flat, F, and G flat, because it's a G flat scale. And what we have to remember to do is lower the 4th degree. So now, interestingly, I have a C flat. The only thing that's not flat now is this F. So let's go to the 4th degree. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make our C flat scale. And let's lower it to keep it on the staff. And then let's fill in the rest of our notes from the previous one. We know that A flat and a B is going to be flat. And now this is our C flat scale, so C is flat. And then, don't forget, we need to lower the 4th degree, which is F. Now, if you remember, we did the C scale has no flats or sharps. And when we did the C sharp scale, all of the notes were sharp. So it's the same thing here. So if C, so in a C major scale, there's no flats or sharp, but in a C flat major scale, all of the notes are flat. And we can still continue to go with this a little bit. So if I do it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to write an F flat scale. So this is going to get complicated. It's where we get into these doubles. And I already know that everything is going to be flat. D. Whoops. I don't know why it does that when I put the new note in. Let me finish putting the notes in. And then I'll put this back. D flat, and then E flat, and then F flat. Let me put this back to where we can see it. All right, I'll move this up a little bit. So we have everything flat, and it's the same roll. If you remember, in a G major scale, the F was sharp, but in a G sharp major scale, everything was sharp, but that note we raised the 7th degree was a double sharp. So everything that was already sharped was double sharped. And same thing with this. Everything is flat, and what's already flat would actually be double flat. Let me see if I have a double flat in here. I believe that I do. There we go. So my 4th degree is going to be B double flat. And I can still keep going, I believe. Let's do, what if I did a B double flat scale? I'm going to take that down to keep it on the staff again. And I know that everything is going to be flat. G flat, A flat, and then B double flat. Same thing. I'm going to take that 4th degree and I'm going to lower it a half step. So I would actually have all my notes flat, but B's and E's are double flat. And I'm going to do one more, and I think you'll get the point after this. So what if I do an E double flat scale? Well, let me put in the rest of my notes. I'm going to have C flat. I'm going to have D flat. And then I'm going to have E double flat. Let's go back to the scale real quick. And let's go E double flat, and then I lower that 4th degree. As long as you follow that rules, it's the same thing. I take my A and it's going to be A double flat. So if I wanted to do an E double flat major scale, I would have E double flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B double flat, C flat, D flat to E double flat.